The most obvious benefit is having that exercise and that outlet instead of being penned up in a small kennel, being able to run around. But it's more than just the exercise, it's the social interaction, the mental stimulation that comes from that, the skill sets that end up developed with dogs about how to be able to play in an excited manner, maybe get annoyed with each other, responding to one another correctly, and then learning how to communicate effectively to bring themselves up and play and bring themselves down and start and stop and manage personality conflicts between them. So all of that really is beneficial. After dogs have been in playgroup, we find that they're much more receptive to our basic obedience training, like your regular leash work that your volunteers and your staff will be trying to do with your shelter dogs. I just recently was in Austin and worked with a shelter that this was unique, that they on a daily basis, the volunteers come and they load up about 60 dogs and they have off-site adoption events, but daily. That's where they do allow people to come to their shelter, but they really place their animals primarily on off-site adoption events. So their reports of how the animals are doing better and how much more adoptable they seem to be in that context as a result of doing their playgroups before they all load up that's been a whole unique situation, which is even more exciting. They love it. I mean, actually, Animal Rescue League of Boston, when we came in and taught them about it, and they like to present about how successful it's been for them. And one of Marianne's key points is how much happier the staff is since playgroups have started, just because they seem to be excited to come in the morning because it seems like a fun routine rather than most kennel people coming in and looking forward to cleaning kennels with dogs barking and going nuts. It's a whole different vibe, so they love it. If I feel like a shelter is really afraid of dogs in playgroups because they're concerned about fights and they're not really psyched about what the behavioral advantages might be. Usually how I can get directors of operations really excited about the notion of implementing playgroups is that it's the best bang for your buck with regards to maximizing your resources for the enrichment for your animals. So kennel staff tend to love it because the dogs will tend to eliminate in their kennels less, and they usually can clean much more quickly because most of the dogs will be out of their kennels and in playgroup or being walked. Ideally, if you have a volunteer corps that can help with your morning routine, that's great. But kennel staff is reporting that they love it because it's less to clean and more efficient to clean. In Longmont, we're currently, right now, running at a 97% live release rate, and that's as an open admission shelter taking in behavioral transfers from around the country and from all the biggies. HSUS and ASPCA have called upon us for help. Southampton is running at a 96% live release rate, same thing as an open admission shelter. So I think we're doing okay, and we think the playgroups is the biggest reason. A lot of people want to take their dogs to dog parks. That's what our adopters do. So you're really preparing animals better for that lifestyle if that's what somebody's interested in.